She was the kind of woman who never stopped moving. Meet Emma Blake, the CEO of one of the fastest-growing tech startups in New York City. Sharp suits, tighter schedules, and a reputation for being unstoppable. But life, it has a way of slowing even the fastest runners. One cold October morning, Emma sat in her doctor's office staring at an MRI scan. The words hit like ice: "You have stage 4 pancreatic cancer. 3 months, maybe less." Her world shattered in silence. The woman who once commanded boardrooms suddenly found herself counting sunsets instead of profits. Before we go deeper into this story of love, redemption, and kindness, take a second to subscribe to your channel name. We share real stories that remind us of the good still left in this world. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video because kindness deserves to be heard. When Emma left the hospital that day, she didn't know where to go. She had everything: wealth, a penthouse apartment overlooking Central Park, and a closet full of clothes most people could only dream of. But none of it mattered now. She had no family. Her parents were gone, no siblings, and no close friends. Years of chasing success had left her isolated. People respected her, but no one really knew her. She wandered the city streets that evening, watching people rush home to their families. Laughter echoed from cafes, couples held hands, children ran through fallen leaves. For the first time in years, Emma felt small. Forgotten. Alone. That's when she met Daniel. Daniel was a single dad in his mid-30s, working 2 jobs to take care of his 7-year-old daughter, Lily. He was delivering food that night when Emma ordered dinner to her apartment, something simple, just soup and bread. When he arrived, she opened the door, pale and tired. She tried to hand him a tip, but her hands trembled, and the money slipped to the floor. Daniel bent down, picked it up gently, and smiled. "Rough day?" he asked softly. Emma wanted to snap back, her old reflex, but something in his voice stopped her. It was kind. Real. "Something like that," she whispered. "Hey, whatever it is, soup helps. I make a mean one for my kid when she's sick," he said with a grin. That tiny moment, one stranger's warmth, cracked open something inside her. The next day, Daniel noticed her name on the delivery app again. She'd ordered the same meal. When he dropped it off, she seemed surprised to see him. "You again," she said. "Guess I'm your official soup guy now," he joked. That made her smile, a real one, the kind she hadn't felt in months. Over the next few weeks, Emma kept ordering from the same restaurant, and Daniel kept being the one to deliver. Each visit turned into a short conversation. She learned about Lily, how she loved drawing rainbows and wanted to be a vet someday. Daniel learned little pieces of Emma's life too, though she kept her illness to herself. One evening, Emma asked, "You ever wonder if life's just unfair?" Daniel thought for a moment. "All the time. But then Lily hugs me, and I realize maybe it's not about fair. Maybe it's about what we do with what we're given." Those words stayed with her. By mid-November, Emma's health began to fade quickly. The treatments were draining, and the doctors said the cancer was spreading faster than expected. She started losing her hair, her strength, and her hope. But she still looked forward to Daniel's visits. He always brought a little extra, sometimes a handwritten note from Lily, or a homemade muffin. One night, he showed up late, shivering from the cold, holding a small box wrapped in plain brown paper. "What's this?" she asked. "Lily wanted to give you a gift. She said you look lonely on your balcony." Emma opened it and found a small snow globe. Inside was a tiny girl and her dad building a snowman together. Her eyes filled with tears. "Tell her it's perfect," she whispered. The days rolled by, and December came. Christmas lights glowed all over the city. But in Emma's heart, darkness was closing in. One morning, she called her assistant and said she was stepping down as CEO. The company would go on without her. She didn't want headlines or sympathy, she just wanted peace. That night, Daniel arrived with Lily. "Hope you don't mind," he said. "Lily insisted we bring the Christmas spirit to you." They carried a small fake tree, a few decorations, and a bag of cookies. Lily ran around the apartment, laughing, hanging ornaments, while Daniel helped Emma sit on the couch. For the first time in months, she didn't feel like a dying woman, she felt human. When Lily was done, she turned to Emma and said, "You can be part of our Christmas if you want. Daddy says there's always room for one more." Emma broke down crying. Daniel knelt beside her, holding her trembling hands. "You're not alone, Emma. Not anymore." She spent Christmas Eve with them in Daniel's tiny apartment in Queens. The place was small but filled with laughter, warmth, and the smell of hot cocoa. Lily gave her a handmade card that read, "You're my new friend. Please don't be sad." That night, Emma whispered to Daniel, "You have no idea what this means to me." He smiled. "You gave me hope too. You reminded me that kindness still matters even to strangers." January came, and Emma's body began to fail. She knew her time was near. One snowy afternoon, she asked Daniel to take her somewhere. He wheeled her out to Central Park, to the spot where she used to jog years ago before life got busy. They sat in silence, watching kids play in the snow. "Daniel," she said softly, "I spent my whole life building things, companies, money, reputation. But I never built love. You and Lily, you gave me that. You gave me something no medicine ever could." Daniel's eyes welled up. "You gave us something too. You taught me not to give up on people. That everyone deserves a second chance to feel seen." Emma reached into her coat pocket and handed him an envelope. "I made some arrangements. When I'm gone, I want you to open this." He tried to refuse, but she insisted. "Please. It's my way of saying thank you." 2 weeks later, Emma passed away peacefully in her sleep. Daniel attended her small memorial service. There weren't many people, just a few old colleagues, her nurse, and him. Afterward, he remembered the envelope. Inside was a handwritten letter and a document. The letter read, "Dear Daniel, you once told me that life isn't about fairness, it's about what we do with what we're given. You did something extraordinary with so little, and I want to help you do more. Enclosed is a fund I've created in Lily's name. It's enough to cover her education, your home, and to start something you've always dreamed of, a small restaurant. Name it whatever you like, but I hope you'll call it Kindness Cafe. Because that's what you gave me, kindness, when I needed it most. Thank you for reminding me how to live before I died. With love, Emma." Daniel sat there, tears falling on the letter, holding it close to his chest. Months later, Kindness Cafe opened on a quiet street corner in Queens. A picture of Emma hung near the counter, beneath a plaque that read, "In memory of a woman who learned the power of kindness too late but shared it just in time." Every day, Daniel and Lily welcomed strangers with warm smiles and simple food made with love. And whenever someone couldn't afford a meal, Daniel would quietly cover it, just like Emma would have wanted. One afternoon, a young woman eating alone noticed the plaque and asked, "Who was Emma?" Daniel smiled gently. She was proof that it's never too late to be kind. Kindness doesn't always come from the people we expect. Sometimes it comes from a tired delivery driver, a sick stranger, or a child with a handmade card. Emma thought her story was ending, but Daniel and Lily helped her write a new chapter of meaning. And maybe that's what life is about. Not the years we live, but the hearts we touch before we go. So wherever you are, whatever your story looks like, remember this. A single act of kindness can outlive us all. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, and share it. Subscribe to your channel name for more true and inspiring stories that prove kindness really can change everything.